everyone. Welcome to Cyberskillfarm. I'm here with Ray. You have undergone through sponsored Microsoft training, Instructor-Led. So, can you tell us more about this experience?
I actually undergone a 4-day Microsoft trainer instructor-led uh, AZ 500 Azure Security Technology training. So it was 4 days, and half of it was more lectures and example, and the other half was more lab. So I can really point out three things that really stood out compared to just studying it using a online course, self-paced online course. So one is that you have a expert instructor. So what I mean by expert instructor is that, for example, if you have a certain misconception or if you need some sort of troubleshooting, uh, the instructor is or trainer is there to ensure that you will not waste your time with troubleshooting. He or she can really help you immediately to solve the issue because they have experience with that, as well as misconceptions. So, for example, of course, in AZ500 Azure Security, there are four domains. So that's manage identity and access, platform security, manage security operations, and security data and applications. In manage identity and access, uh, the main thing is that you're dealing with Active Directory. And if you're coming from an on-premises uh, setup or infrastructure, you would tend to assume that Azure Active Directory and MS on-prem Active Directory would be somewhat the same. Of course, there are similarities, but they are different. As well as if you're going to look at Azure Update Management, and you're coming from an on-prem scenario where dealing with SCCM, those two applications are also different. For Azure Identity Active Directory and for MS Active Directory, there will be similarities, of course, and you can integrate both, but those are the key things. So if you have any misconceptions between these kinds of services, the instructor is there to really help you immediately spot those things as well as troubleshooting. Second would be the lab. So at the beginning of the training, you would be given a lab guide. So there are four modules all in all. So each module has probably four sub activities, three to four sub activities or mini lab activities. And the thing is, if you have anything that you really don't understand after the lab, definitely there's going to be a very big difference. And the fact that you're not setting up the lab by yourself, you're given uh, lab environments that you can access into, as well as a lecture guide, PDF, not really PDF, yeah, a lecture guide. They're giving you a link, and of course, for the lab guide, I'm gonna have a link below. So it's a GitHub repository for the laboratories that you can take if you're planning to get AZ 500. And aside from the quality instructor and a lot of hands-on labs at the end of the course, and the trainer being experienced and having passed the AC 500 himself or herself, it could be, well, in my case, it was, yeah, himself. You'll be given tips as to how to pass the exam. So, in terms, one of the things that really stood out was time management. So, what would be the safe amount of time that you can allot for the use case scenarios that are given to you in the first part of the exam? So, these use cases are given a scenario, and you have multiple questions for those scenarios to really test your understanding. And the thing is, the the safe time that you can allot to it is around 10 minutes for the use case. And if there's something that you don't understand, You just skip it, flag it, and review it after going through all the questions in the exam. And the thing is, one of the biggest things that you would not be able to get from just studying an online course versus uh, having an instructor-led training is that you get or you're able to see and feel. If you're asking questions, you're able to discern the mindset of the instructor. So the trainer is an expert already in the field, and in this case AZ500. Being able to get the mindset would definitely, when I say mindset, as to where you need to focus and where what are the essentials and the non-essentials. So what parts of the AZ500 do you need to focus on? What are the practical parts? Those things, it's hard. It's possible, but it's somewhat more difficult to learn those things just following a self-paced course versus actually talking to and interacting and asking questions with the trainer. So don't just to share I would be we would be sharing links for the laboratory exercises in the description of this video. So that's it for my part, sharing my experience for AZ500 as your security instructor-led training. So it's a 4-day course. It's worth it. It's worth it. And in my case, I was lucky enough that it was an enterprise. I'm part of an enterprise company wherein I get that training for free. And if you're going to look at online, the value for the training that you're going to check if you subscribe or register for such training would be around maybe 1,000, 1,500 to some courses reach 2,000 plus US
Dollars?
dollars.
Yeah.
Yes. So the thing is, what we're paying for is really the expert, the trainer that's really guiding us forward and saving time for us in order to learn, especially the practical side of things when it comes to AZ500 Azure security. So that's it for me, Grace. Thank you very much for letting me share. And I hope this helps uh, the others as well who want to get into Azure security, especially AZ500 certification exam.
Okay. So that's it.
Okay, that's it for us now, guys. Hope this helps you here at Cyberskill Farm,
Empowering
empowering
IT
IT professionals.
professional.